The Illusive Man's real name and his life before Cerberus are both long forgotten by most. For years, the Illusive Man has been using Cerberus and his immense network of contacts to achieve his goal. That of making humanity ascendant above all other races. His long-term objectives are ultimately unknown. Who exactly is the Illusive Man? A hero, Jack Harper. We know little of the Illusive Man in the games and lean on to the comics. According to Mass Effect Evolution, the Illusive Man was known as Jack Harper, a mercenary and a member of the special group led by General Williams. Harper served on Shanxi during the First Contact War, and in the latter stages of the conflict, he and his comrades, Ben Hislop, Eva Corey, were responsible for the capture of a Turian commander called Desolus Arterius, who we know as Saren's Arterius' elder brother. During the capture, they were led to find a mysterious Reaper artifact, known as the Arca Monolith. Jack's friend, Ben Hislop, gets tossed inside the Reaper artifact after a small confrontation. While they both get zapped, Jack tries to pull Ben out. However, Ben receives full indoctrination, whilst Jack receives a secondary blast that substantially improves his physical prowess and intelligence without truly brainwashing him. And to cut a long story short, after pursuing the relic from Shanxi to Ilium to Palaven, we discover that the Turians inadvertently possess another Reaper item within one of their most important temples. This held their Veluvian priests. In truth, this monastery had a renowned reputation for hosting military monks who were peaceful unless the temple itself were endangered. Jack Harper now possessed the unique ability to comprehend alien languages, including the ancient Turian glyphs written within the Veluvian temple. He stated, "Your people discovered it ages ago. Just like now, it created super strong Turians, your Veluvian priests of legend." The Arca Monolith, or Reaper artifact, was a de-evolution device created to indoctrinate the Turians and Ben as something that only guarded this relic. It was constructed by the creators, commonly known as the Reapers, to warn them to the presence of advanced species and to turn individuals of those species into something they could control. And while this was all happening, Eva shoots the artifact while Ben tries to protect it, potentially giving Eva a concussion within the process. Ben throws himself and Desolus into the artifact, which eventually leaves many unconscious within the temple, including Saren. As the events of the Palaven Temple come to a close, Jack is shown sitting alone, witnessing the memorial service for his comrades Eva and Ben. He also realizes that mankind will not always be embraced and begins composing a manifesto. A dark period is coming for mankind, and humanity will be tried. And while they may not know who is testing them or why, humanity must face the challenges as they have faced all before. Humanity will eventually assume its proper position among the stars. As the tape concludes, Jack assumes the role of the Illusive Man, the leader of Cerberus. Jack appears to be the main protagonist in this comic, but it depicts his dismal failure by being affected by this device and therefore progressively becoming enslaved by the Reapers day by day. His desperate advancement to higher levels of his race only results in becoming a villain, the Illusive Man. The Illusive Man was never ethically right, which was always alluded within BioWare's writing. Cerberus, the group led by the Illusive Man, was founded on performing paramilitary missions that included illicit or dangerous experimentation, terrorist operations, sabotage, and even assassination. Cerberus agents acknowledge that their techniques are ruthless. Nonetheless, both the Systems Alliance and the Citadel Council have designated Cerberus as a terrorist group and will punish any recognized Cerberus agents. This is the persona that the Illusive Man has built, and whether we depend on his never-ending desire to ensure that mankind never ever becomes a danger again, it seemingly appears to work within his favor, yet it causes him to be wicked in every way conceivable. The Illusive Man was highly involved in creating biotic-powered humans in whatever means imaginable, even if it meant murdering the parents of biotic children in order to train and test on them, like for instance Subject Zero, Jack. Cerberus was also responsible for the assassination of many presidents, dignitaries, and even popes. Cerberus sponsored all of these activities, which were mostly commanded by the Illusive Man. And let us also examine the Illusive Man's behavior within Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2. Cerberus is shown throughout Mass Effect 1 engaging in a variety of gruesome biological experiments aimed at creating super soldiers, including tests on Rachni and even Thorian creepers. And of course, it only gets worse within the use of Reaper technology on humans and attempting to control the Reaper's powers through the events of Mass Effect 2 and even Mass Effect 3. The only thing, though, is the Illusive Man's Hail Mary pass that appears to be the Lazarus Project, his final real blow against the Reapers and his own creeping indoctrination. It's a stretch, but it makes the actions of Mass Effect 2 and 3 much more thematically coherent. The Lazarus Project. The Illusive Man ultimately discovered the truth about the Reapers and the danger they represented to the whole cosmos. He knew that the galaxy's best hope was Commander Shepard. If the galaxy's hero dies, the remainder of mankind could perish. As a result, he takes precautions to ensure that Cerberus does not lose Commander Shepard. And according to Mass Effect Redemption, Cerberus helped recover Shepard's body following the Collector's destruction of the SSV Normandy. The Illusive Man utilizes his contacts after discovering that the Shadow Broker agents were about to transfer the Commander's body to the Collectors. As a result, the Illusive Man establishes a partnership with Liara Tassoni, one of Shepard's alien allies, to locate the body before the deal was finalized and learn the Collector's plans for it. But the Illusive Man has spent a substantial amount of Cerberus's resources over the course of 2 years within the Lazarus Project, a project managed by Miranda Lawson that was completely committed to resurrecting Shepard. So, in Mass Effect 2, he comes across as a renegade ideal. If asked about his previous experiments, he either denies responsibility like Overlord, or says it was cruel but necessary. He intended to utilize Shepard as an instrument for mankind, and to be honest, he succeeded admirably. Shepard was aware of the current Reaper danger and, as a result, may either outsmart or join the Illusive Man's logic, and in turn, the Illusive Man benefits from our hero's story. However, many fans are surprised by the narrative of the Illusive Man's indoctrination. The exact mechanisms of indoctrination effects are unknown. It is suspected that the Reapers use an electromagnetic field to excite parts of the victim's brain and limbic system. The victim may have migraines and hallucinations, sensations of being watched or paranoia, or learn to regard the Reaper itself with superstitious reverence. Eventually, the Reaper obtains the capacity to magnify its signal by using the victim's body, appearing as voices within the victim's head. And throughout the Mass Effect trilogy, we witness several characters undergo indoctrination, with Saren and the Illusive Man being the most prominent examples. Even when Commander Shepard is included within this cognitive process, there is something quite similar between all of these characters. What all of these individuals seem to do well is learn about the Reaper's plot within the universe, but they all go different directions. The interesting bit is how this sets up the motivations of both Saren and Jack Harper. Both of them saw the power of the Reaper's artifacts, but both reacted differently. Saren feels doubt and fear and sets off to investigate who made these artifacts. The Illusive Man, on the other hand, having lost his team and humanity with it, is intrigued by the possibility of power and interested in learning the Reaper's secrets, even if it costs everything to do so. Indoctrination is a gradual process within every individual. This was very evident from the beginning. We've always assumed that the Illusive Man wants Shepard back because, unlike Saren and the Illusive Man, Shepard is really the only one who can beat the Reapers. They all come dangerously close to being that savior the galaxy requires, whereas Commander Shepard was rising to the moment. But with that, we're going to wrap up. It seems you and I now both know a little more about the Illusive Man. Do you have any theories about Mr. Harper? Let me know in the comments down below.